What is up, Jamily? This is Jamiro Fan 2000 here. We get another episode of JamiroMeanings. This, of course, is my recurring series where I'm going track by track, album by album, about all the meanings of every JamiroQuai single that has so far been released over the last 28 years of their musical history. Here in episode 30, I am entering into another new JamiroQuai album. You might remember I just recently finished winding down looking at all the different track meanings, of course, from JamiroQuai's groundbreaking, mainstream-breaking album of 1997. Of course, I'm talking about Traveling Without Moving. Well, now I'm going to be moving into their fourth album, Synchronized, and I thought to cap off this beginning of a new session of recordings, looking at all the great songs from their fourth album, Synchronized, I do a little bit of an overview because this was a bit of a turning point album for Jamiroquai, both as a band and musically. Several of the major cornerstone things that happened during this album period was JK himself was going through some severe substance abuse problems, most notably cocaine, and he did get the help that he needed, and he pretty much committed himself to becoming very, very clean. But also other major things that happened during this album period was we had some major band member departures. Simon Katz left, who was the lead guitarist. Of course, the biggest departure for the band, of course, was in Stuart Zender, and there was two different stories. There, three sides of every story when it comes to disagreements and stuff. But in the case of Stuart Zender leaving Jamiroquai, I'll just give you a little bit of layman's terms because I have talked about this on my channel and many other videos here in the past here on the Jamiro Fan 2000 YouTube channel. But Stuart Zender left the band not very amicably, but according to Stuart, the reason that he left Jamiroquai in 1999 after pretty much just leaving the band halfway through the production of Synchronized, which forced the band to have to go re-record major segments of that album's sessions and compositions. But according to Stewart, he left the band because of royalty disagreements. But according to JK, we did get a little bit of video footage from way back around 1998 when Jamiroquai was down touring South America during the Synchronized tour. After they had replaced Stewart with another great bassist by the name of Nick Fife. There was a press junket when they were in South America, and one of the reporters did pose the question to JK of why Stewart had not come with the band and had quit the band. But according to JK, in a brief statement, of course, Derek and Toby, of course, stepped in and gave more clarification. But according to JK, apparently it was he said a bunch of stuff behind my back and ladies, and that's pretty much why JK said he fired Stewart from the band. But I thought I recorded this overview of the album just as, because this was a bit of a turning point for Jamiroquai, because right after Traveling Without Moving, and at least in the musical set of them changing, as much as the band changed, the sound kind of started changing with this album. Synchronized, to its benefit, is probably one of the best produced albums in the entire 8-album discography for Jamiroquai. Just the production was absolutely pitch perfect, absolutely gorgeous. I mean, you listen to each of these songs on Synchronized, and you hear just amazing production work in there. Very, very tight lines, very good grooves, amazing bass lines. Did an amazing job on this album, and I still considered it probably the best produced album in the entire Jamiroquai discography. But the sound, like I said, the sound with Jamiroquai, especially with Synchronized, kind of started going towards discotheque, kind of going more towards an electronic influence. But you can look at later albums, the sound kind of stayed the same. It just got tweaked here and there, a little electronic here, a little static bass there. So this was kind of a transitional album for Jamiroquai, which is always a good thing. All bands go through transition periods, be it for sound or with band members. But I thought I'd record this first episode of this new block of recordings where I'm going to be deep diving into most of the tracks of Synchronized from 1999. And if you are interested in checking out the album Synchronized from Jamiroquai from the year 1999, I'll be sure to put a link to the album stream that is currently streaming on the official Jamiroquai YouTube channel in the description of this video down below, so be sure to check that out in your own time. And as always, this is Jamiro Fan 2000, and I'll see you again really soon with another episode of JamiroMeanings, my track-by-track breakdown of all the meanings of all Jamiroquai singles from the last 28 years of the band's history. Bye-bye, everybody, and stay safe.